What is going on, everybody? JT in the studio 10-4 live. It's the weekly update for April the 30th, last day of April, last day of our April cover truck on the magazine, on the website, all that stuff, man. The old is going out and the new will be coming in. In fact, there is a new cover truck post on 10-4 magazine Facebook page and Instagram, and Dan's been kind of passing it around out there under his own personal account, and it's out and it's up and it's on, and it is pretty cool. So just happened to have a sneak peek here before I bring Dan out here and share with him too. But there it is. May 2025 is on the cover, and it is out and at large. So start looking around for the copy of your magazine that might show up either in the mail or in your favorite rack somewhere at your favorite chrome shop. Let's see if I can push the right button here. Well, nothing wrong with taking a look at Ron Kelsey, is there? So there you go, buddy. There it is. There's the cover. There's the centerfold. And Ethan Rico, way to go, buddy. 21. Nice young man. Nice looking Peterbilt there on the cover. And man, it's kind of got that Truckin For Kids look about it, don't it? The palm trees and nice bright red color in there. It's looking good. So congratulations, my friend. And we'll look forward to seeing you hopefully at Truckin For Kids here. Truckin For Kids, yes. How about that coming up this weekend? So first, I want to say howdy to everybody. Ingrid, how you doing, dear? Jeff, what's going on, buddy? US. Okay, all right. Burrito Dougie, Taco Dougie, Barbecue Dougie, Jerky Dougie. He fits all those names. Eddie, what's going on? Pete, thanks for the hat, buddy. Right here, I'm wearing it, man. Thanks for the hat. I appreciate that. Wearing my Truckin For Kids hat. So you guys are going to hear a lot about Truckin For Kids today. Got a lot of stuff to cover. We're going to be sharing the latest updates on things as far as what's happening and when, and maybe some other special stuff as well. Plenty going on in the world right now. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, and I know some of you do, some of you don't, but I know a lot of you do. First 100 days in the books of the new administration, and it's been all over. I took a tour, and I'm going to make this brief, but I took a tour on all the legacy media channels just to see what was going on. Holy crap, you'd think the world was ending, and it's all over, and we should just all give up. I'm just dumbfounded by it, man. Just crazy. So be sure and look around and get all the information out there, and then try to make a good decision on what's really going on, because it's not as bad as these guys in the legacy media would have you think it is. There's a lot of good stuff going on right now and more to come. So we'll just leave it at that, especially since it's Truckin For Kids 2025 weekend. And Pete, yes, you will see us on Friday. Right now, I want to bring our man, Dan the Man, into the studio and find out what's going on. What's happening?
Good afternoon. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Happy Truckin For Kids weekend. Here we are.
There we are, man. Right there.
There we are. So, obviously you just put up the new cover and center, and take a moment on that. That just came out today, started being mailed and distributed today. So it might not be hitting all the racks just yet, but it'll get there in the next few days, and we'll have it with us at TFK. And in fact, there'll be one in every bucket. But I just really want to hold on. I gotta walk. I gotta be. I thought sitting outside would be nice, but my allergies started acting up right before I had to put eye drops in my eye. So if I'm a little red-eyed, it's because of that.
Okay.
But this kid, I'm telling you, I was so impressed with this. I mean, this kid is 21, and his father died 2 years ago when he was 19. And he took the company over. And I mean, they have, 10 trucks and 25 sets of trailers, and, they haul nuts and liquid fertilizer. They've got like 10 sets of tanker doubles. And this kid only had his CDL for like a year, and he stepped up, and he's been running the company for the last 2 years, and it's doing really well. And I
should have recognized those bins on the back of that thing being nut bins, right? So what's he got in there? Are those Ammons or what are they?
Well, they're empty, but they would have been Ammons.
Yeah, they would have
Yeah,
been.
he typically pulls a low boy with that. He hauls around farm equipment with that Peterbilt mostly. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to load up some bins on the double flats. And so we did that. And we found this really cool street in the neighboring town of Hamilton that's really famous for having these, this palm tree lined street. And I'm telling you, I've been on a lot of palm tree lined streets, but this was the coolest one. I mean, it was saturated. I mean, look at all the palms. I mean, they weren't just like way up in the air. They were right there with the truck. And I mean, I was super excited about how this turned out. So I just, like I said, I'm really excited for people to read the story. This kid was just really, really mature, really professional. Really's got his head screwed on tight and straight, and I was really impressed. So I'm excited about this month's cover and the story that goes with it. So hopefully everybody else is excited about it, and grab a copy and get it read.
Well, I think you got the new cover story going on that does look like a really Truckin For Kids themed cover to me.
Right.
It just does. It's palm trees. What are you going to do? It's all palm trees, right? So,
Right.
But the other thing I can't wait to read is I can't wait to read the Louisville show report, man. How'd that come out?
I mean, I wrote it. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm biased, I guess.
I would say so, Dan. I can't wait to read it.
Packed with all the information and that people want to hear and see. And, it's hard to dilute down a whole week of information. And, 3 of us taking pictures, I don't know, 1,500 pictures. And, you got to boil it down to 20 for the magazine. We will be posting 100 online. So I did some extended coverage there. So when the website goes up on the 1st, there'll be some extra pictures there. So really That's good awesome stuff. I was excited about that too. So but neither here nor there. Hey, Truckin For Kids is what we're talking about, right?
Let's hit it.
Let's hit it. So I mean, last night at midnight our online registration closed, and all the buckets are gone. So if you didn't get your bucket, maybe next year you got to be one of those first 200. So
way to go, registeries. Way to go.
So, and you know what? Speaking of the bucket, well, we'll get to the bucket. Okay. So, I just want to thank a lot of people. We have so many people helping us with this show and so many moving parts. And I want to make sure that everybody, that you guys know what's happening and what to expect. And B, that we thank everybody who's helped us. And because there's just so many different things. I mean, John's got a copy of the schedule, which I think we've posted a few times, and he'll put it up on the screen. But basically, just to give everybody the quick rundown of the weekend, we're going to start parking trucks on Friday, which is something we've never been able to do. So our truck gate's going to be open from noon to 6 on Friday. Yep, there you go. And so trucks will be able to come in and get parked. Vendors will be able to come in and get set up. It's not a show day. It's a load-in day. So, but it's going to give us a real good jump so that Saturday is, going to be a lot more relaxed, a lot less crazy. And, Famoso is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, not like Irwindale that was, right there by stuff. And there's a lot more room out there. Trucks to, hey, Annette, trucks to, we have plenty of space to put trucks while they're waiting to come in. If there's a line, we're not going to block up the road. So I think it's going to be good. So we'll be loading in on Friday, and then the gate will open again on Saturday morning at 8 for trucks and vendors to come in and get set up if they don't set up on Friday. At 12, the gates will open for the public, and we're going to close our truck gate at 3. We're going to stop parking at 3:30 on Saturday, and we are not parking trucks on Sunday. So that is the times to come in. You've got from noon to 6 on Friday and from 8 to 3 on Saturday. So we are going to allow, if racers want to come in on Sunday morning that are just going to race, they will be allowed to come in on Sunday morning, but we're not going to have any parking crew there. So, or they'll be doing other things. So we won't be parking trucks on Sunday. We got the light show obviously on. Oh, well, the show opens at noon on Saturday to the public. Vendor booths open, whatnot. We got lots of different things going on. You can look at the schedule, the coloring contest, the kid zone, different whatnot. And then at 7:30, we've got the light show will begin.
Brought to you by Dickerson Custom Trucks.
There you go. There you go. So that will be streamed. John will be streaming that thanks to Dickerson Custom Trucks. And, TFK is pretty famous for having a really good light show, a really loud light show. We'll see if this one pulls through again. But
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
maybe some of that. And then the show ends Saturday at 10 for that day. And then Sunday morning, the gate opens at 9, and that's to the public. So the vendor booths will open and whatnot at 9. Drag racing starts around noon, and it'll probably end about 4. And then we'll have our raffle and award ceremony at 4:30, 5. And we should have everything wound down by 5 or 6 o'clock. That's our goal. And of course, it's all, dependent on how much we have to do and how much we stay on schedule. But that is the loose schedule. So
schedule's available too, guys. You can go get it over on our social media, on any of our social channels, and I'll post it up again too, just in case it's fresh. Cheers, yeah. Make sure you guys check that out. All your information you need is right there for you. You can carry that on your phone. Everything else, pretty much it's as it is when you get there. So get parked, get set up. Friday's a great day to do that. If you can get out there on Friday before 6 p.m., right? 6 p.m. on Friday, we're shutting the gate out. Okay, 6 p.m. on Friday, and then 3 p.m. on Saturday, and get set up for Saturday night to light the lot. Mission accomplished.
Yep. I mean, I think the more that we get in on Friday, the better. That we had really good success with that at the rodeo back in November. And just instead of having a mad dash rush when the gate opened, in the morning, we just had trucks coming in all day, a nice steady pace, and it never got crazy. Everything kind of stayed cool. There's Pete, one of our parking guys. So
probably a no on that, right, Dan?
Pickup trucks can race, no cars.
Okay.
We will have a class for diesel pickups and a class for non-diesel pickups.
He's asking about Saturday.
Oh, not on Saturday, no.
Okay, no. That's what I thought. Yeah, Saturday. Yeah. So the track, the crew for the track won't be there till Sunday, I guess. So that's probably why.
Yep. So
Randy, what's going on? Randy Megal. Hey, Randy, you coming out to TFK, buddy? I'd love to see all those boys come out from the big Midwest and Missouri and all them places around there, and just get them out there and bring some Southern comfort on out to the West Coast. So Randy, we'd love to have you, buddy.
We'll have a pretty national base of trucks and competitors. We've got people coming from all across the country. Oklahoma, people are coming from Wildwood, Florida right now. They're on their way. People from Wisconsin, people from Wyoming. So there's a good bunch of people coming from a lot of different places. And of course,
I know there's a cover trucker that was at Little Sisters getting a truck wash today. 2 trucks at the wash, and I know he's on his way from Texas.
Oh, Hammett. Yes. Yep. You're right.
Yep. These guys, there's no hiding anymore. These guys nobody hides anymore. It's all out there. So, all you got to do is pay attention.
I would say tonight and tomorrow night, probably the biggest party in California is going to be at Little Sisters in Barstow. While everybody's getting polished out by Henry, getting ready to come, drive over on Friday.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I bet there's a few at Kaliva's, or there already has been.
There already has been. I know for a fact. Yep.
So everybody's going to their favorite polisher and getting their shine on and getting everything shined and dialed in and pressed and buttered, man. So it's going to be fun. It's going to smell like tire dressing and polish all over that place.
I've seen a few of the ones coming, and they're looking good for sure.
Yeah.
One namely coming from Kaliva. I think that she's in the mix over here. I'm not saying anything, IB.
Yeah, there's a give. There's a give right there. I got that. John Jake's in the house. What's up, John? Yeah, John, aren't you coming out? What the hell, man? You're a West Coast runner. You come out here.
No, he's not anymore.
Oh, well, okay. We'll have to have an offline conversation about that.
His truck is no bueno in California.
I hear it. Okay, never mind.
You used to be able to slip in and out, but I don't think you can do that anymore. So I think he decided he's going to just slip out.
Just stay out. Yeah. Okay. Well,
which a lot of guys have done, So, hey, let's talk about these buckets. So we said the buckets they're gone. So I just want to run down the things, kind of thank the people that donated for those. Cause 200 buckets, that's a lot of product. That's a big commitment. So I wanted to make sure that these guys got, first of all, that people who are getting a bucket know what they're getting so they can be excited about it. So first of all, you know, the bucket itself was donated by A&L Truck Supply.
Thank you, A&L.
Yep. Thank you, A&L. And Time to Shine, Evan, our buddy who's coming out from Wisconsin to pick his, you know, winners, his qualifiers for the Atlanta National Championships later this year.
Stars and stripes and white lines.
That's the one. So you're going to get a full-size bottle of aluminum polish, Time to Shine. You're going to get a can of Bull Snot Shineable spray polish. Thank you, Van Brown at Bull Snot. Always awesome.
I like how you rubbed your nose and said bull snot. That's really, was that a subliminal thing, or
I'm a little itchy out here. I'm telling you, it's a little breezy outside, and you know, there's a lot
maybe
of pollen in the air.
Maybe you need some bull snot.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I was thinking though is that bull snot is like all natural. Like I wouldn't recommend it, but they say like you can eat it. It's non-toxic. All of their products.
Shannon, cool. Spray Dan down, would you? Get some bull snot and spray him down.
Zephyr donated 200 bottles of their Pro 40 aluminum polish, so that'll be in there. Sick Rigs donated 200 bottles of their VPR, which is vinyl plastic rubber spray.
Speaking of Calivas,
is he here? Oh, nope. Yeah, right.
Yep.
Stay Loaded is donating 200 SLA and Cinco de Mayo flags, so there'll be one or the other in your bucket depending on what you get.
Stay Loaded. Wait a minute. What? Oh, look at that.
Oh, there you go. Right. I'm like, what are we looking at?
I got my Stay Loaded shirt on today.
I see that. 4 State Trucks donated 200 pocket notebooks, 200 ink pens, 200 duffel bags, and these are pretty nice little duffel bags, and 200 keychains, and they're little like leather keychains. They're pretty nice. GGE Products donated 200 air fresheners. Spare Time Fab 200 stickers, die cut stickers. Shriners, our beneficiary, donated 200 Shriners like grocery bag totes, and that's it. Yep. 10-4 Magazine's going to put 2 microfiber towels in each bucket. We paid for the lid.
10-4 Magazine. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We paid for the lid for the bucket, so you get a lid. And of course, the latest edition of 10-4 Magazine, brand new, hot off the presses today, May 2025, will be in the bucket. And then, of course, Truckin For Kids has donated an official program in each bucket and a voucher for an official show shirt. So when you go to registration, they'll ask you right then and there what shirt you want and what size you want, and you can grab it right then and there. So I want to thank all those people for all that stuff in the bucket. Huge responsibility, huge financial contribution. I mean, imagine, 200 full-size bottles of polish. I mean, that's a couple grand investment. Not to mention sometimes shipping it halfway across the country or whatever. And so we want to thank all those guys, all those people immensely for their donations. You want to add anything to that? I can keep
Absolutely.
going.
Listen, everything that we do when we take the time to thank all these folks that are sponsoring your buckets that you get, you guys that registered, you're the first 200. These folks give of this stuff. They don't get anything for it except what we're doing right now and the feeling of doing something good. Beyond that, it goes to you and you benefit from it, but it's the kids in the end. This is all about the kids. This is all about Shriners Hospital for Children. And I just can't say it enough how everything we do is about putting something positive together in our world for these kids. And the raffle, the show, what you pay to get in, it's all part of the process. It's all part of the formula. There's layers to get this thing done and make it so that it's profitable for the kids, because it has to be profitable or we don't get to donate. So I have a challenge for everybody this year. We took a dip last year. We took a little bit of a dip from our previous year.
Just a little,
but we took a dip. I want to see that met, and I want to see it measured till we can see a bit of a gain. That means you're going to pay a little more when you buy your raffle tickets. You're going to buy a few more raffle tickets. You might donate some cash. There's nobody standing around saying you cannot donate cash at the show, because you can. And anything else,
and we're a completely registered 501c3. If you just donate straight cash, that's 100% donation.
So I'm challenging everybody that's watching right now and that will watch in the playback. I'm challenging everybody to share this and spread the message and get the word out there that this is what we want. This is what we want to have all of you do. Get on the same page, be about the whole, raise as much as we can for the Shriners Hospital and benefit these kids. If you guys have watched any of these stories of these kids, man, they're very heart-wrenching, some of them. And it's kind of interesting because you see some of these kids over the years, and I'm going back 10, 20 years because I've seen these commercials of kids for years and years and years and years and years. We're dealing with some of the same situations, same things that these kids are going through. They're just different kids, new names, new faces, but by God, they're all going through it, man. So it takes money to have the research to get the kids better. And
for those that don't know, you know, in our last 3 shows, and I've screamed it from the mountaintop lately because I'm so proud of it. You know, we've donated $210,000 from Truckin For Kids just in our first 3 shows to Shriners. And our goal from the beginning has been to donate $100,000 per show a year. We haven't quite hit that goal. One year we hit 90. Last year we hit 80.
Yeah.
The first year was just the one day we did 40. But I don't know if this is the year we can do it, but we're shooting for 100, and that's really what we would love to do, and do it every year. You know, after that, I mean, it can really, what a significant impact and what a blessing that it is that we can do this. We don't keep any of the money. All of the proceeds go to Shriners, and we're not a paid group. I don't make any money to be the president of 10 for Charities Inc. And there's Julie right there from Shriners. Awesome. I wish that we were going to see you, Julie. I wish that you could be there.
I wish we could see that beanie wearing blonde haired lady at our show. Yes, absolutely.
But anyway,
yeah. I mean, I think Dan and I just both have stamped that pretty hard, and we really want to see what we want for these kids to have it happen. Also, you guys are our biggest supporters. They're ones who are watching right now. You're in the network. You're the ones that are out there. If you know people that want to get involved, please let them get a hold of us so we can connect and we can get these people involved with what we're doing and help this cause along, because we don't know everybody any more than you do, but you know more people than we do because you have a huge long reach and a network that we just need to access. So please, if you can, help us out, man. It's not the Jerry Lewis muscular dystrophy telethon, but by God, we're going to make it work. What's up, Miss Shannon?
Hello.
Apparently we got the shirt memo.
Oh, hey, well, different colors, but yeah. I mean, you got 44 years of a chance to try to get the right brand. It's the color. You got to get the color.
That's all right.
I want to be different.
That's all right.
Okay. Hey, while Shannon's here, on 3, we got to give a hey, Brandon. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey,
Brandon! We'll see you in a few days.
See you next
There you go, buddy.
weekend.
Brandon Chase, our official, unofficial Truckin For Kids kid, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
What do you think? I mean,
Our mascot, or what do you call?
Ambassador.
Ambassador.
That's
There you
it.
go.
Yes.
There you
Ambassador. Brandon, you are that. You are that, my friend. So
Hi, Aaron.
can't wait to see everybody. So I know you wanted to kind of get in and get out, but I'm gonna throw a couple questions your way.
Okay.
Besides, us getting this thing together, you guys doing, I mean, all the heavy lifting. Let's just throw that out there. You guys do all the heavy lifting on this thing. What do you think is gonna, be the I don't know, some of the big high points this year? What are you looking to accomplish besides us raising that bar up and getting that money up there? What do you think?
Well, I think that the new location is gonna just knock it out of the park. It's gonna be. I'm excited about the simple, effective parking plan. I'm excited about people having space. About all the RV space. It's just going to be the RV lot's probably just going to be a party, and that's cool. The vendors are going to have good location facing all the trucks. I think that the venue is going to be what's going to make, that and just the
Definitely.
people there, you know, participating.
Yeah.
I anticipate it being, if not a record, close to a record amount of trucks, even though I know the economy's tight and everyone's struggling. Based on what we see in pre-registration and what we're seeing from phone calls and social media, I feel like it's going to be an amazing show, and I'm really looking forward to seeing who all comes.
Well, I can tell you from people that I've talked to, and I'm going to throw this out there now for everybody, those that are listening, watching now, and those that are going to watch on the playback. There's a little bit of a you know, games have begun drawn in the sand here between the south of the grapevine and north of the grapevine. Who's going to show up and who's going to be the real, you know, who's going to represent? And I'll tell you, man, all y'all down there south of the grapevine, if I ever hear one trucker tell me that's too far to go, oh buddy, am I going to let you have it? Okay. Because that is not going to fly in this deal. It ain't going to happen. Okay.
Hey, let's flip that script. We went over the hill and down to do the show, so you know it wasn't too much for us.
Yeah. So hey, now it's everybody south of the grapevine. It's your turn to, you know, turn the gears and wheels our way and get on up there to Famoso and make this the most badass Truckin For Kids ever. From this,
Most of our volunteers are coming from that area. So, you know, and they're all ready to do it.
They're coming up over the hill too.
Yep.
So all the familiar faces and usual suspects will definitely be out there. Shannon, you're nodding back there with Dan. And what about you? You kind of in the background, you know, you have the things that you're always doing. You're like the make everything work lady. Everybody needs a Shannon. What do you think? Tell me what your expectations are this year.
I agree with Dan, because I mean, Truckin For Kids, you know, we're basically doing all the same things. I mean, I don't know what Dan has talked about. You know, we're doing the raffle that's a little different. I'm excited for that. But it's more about the location and just the ease of the location that I think is going to be good.
Nice.
I think it's, yeah.
I got it.
Now we're gonna get people from Southern Oregon, which we might not have because they didn't want to go over the hill.
Hello.
Well, you would come.
You still came.
You came.
In fact, I'm making pickups on the way down tomorrow, and I'm going to be meeting with our good buddy Frenchie, Renee LaChance, and going to be picking up some goodies from him to drop off at the show. Maybe we can get the kids to pass them out while they're there at the show, which they're going to be there all weekend. So we'll be helping to promote their show coming up in June. 10-hour drive from Tucson, 2 volunteers proud. There you go, Pete Zamora. You know, Pete, you're hardcore, dude. Okay. He is. Pete is hardcore. How many years, Pete, how many years have you been a Truckin For Kids volunteer? I would love to start kind of deep digging into the you know, the volunteer crew and see who's who and been there longest and doing that. I mean, there's a bunch, right?
One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'd have to agree. Aaron, by the way, I know I didn't say howdy, but Aaron, is Aaron coming?
Yeah.
He is.
Oh,
Yeah.
2 trucks.
There you go. There you go, man.
They were just in Wildwood, so they're coming from there.
Hey, don't be bringing anything from Wildwood unless it's
keep that COVID in Florida.
Whatever it is.
Whatever is out there.
Shannon and I are like, yeah, whoa, no. We mean that in a very loving way, but I'm telling you, man, neither of us had a positive experience.
Yeah,
I came out with COVID, whatever she had. We don't know. We still don't know, right?
I'm pretty sure it was heat stroke, but yeah.
Yeah. So, and hey, on a positive note about Wildwood, congratulations on a great show, 75 Chrome Shop Truck Show this year. Looks like you guys had a real winner. And thanks to Chris Fifey and sharing with us one of the days out there and doing some live streaming. You got Jacob. Is that Jacob coming in? You're nodding Jacob in?
Did you hear Jacob?
No, I didn't. I'm just guessing.
Say hello.
Get in here, you Wisconsin. Hey,
what's happening,
guy? What's going on, brother?
What are we
all the way
about?
so he might get the long haul. I don't know, right? I mean, do you have to be on the ground to get the long haul, or
yeah, probably. You got to have a truck there.
All right.
Plus, I think people have come from farther.
Okay, all right.
And
Well,
I will say there's only 2 winners at Wildwood, and one of them is sitting in Barstow right now getting polished out to come to TFK. So
there you go, man. They knew what to do. You know what, Jacob? Were you there at Wildwood?
No,
You did
I
not.
just
Okay.
seen little bits and pieces of what was going on, though.
Okay. All right.
So-
Hey, everybody, if you don't know Jacob Gunderson, of course, Jacob has his own brand out there and does his own thing, puts a calendar out there every year. And we've shared some of his YouTube videos after
Flash and
Matt's.
Chrome. Yep.
And he's also a contributor to 10-4 magazine. So be looking for Jacob out at Truckin For Kids this weekend, huh? Oh, and by the way, Mike Viviano is coming to Truckin For Kids.
Yep. I got news of that. I got word of that today.
All right. So, and he's committed to me hanging out in the RV after hours. I don't know what that's going to end up like, but we're gonna find out. I know he just sold a house in the Bay Area, so he's flush.
Yeah, but he bought one too.
Yeah, but no, he got a better deal wherever he landed. Trust me, he's doing better, man. So, Mike, we're looking forward to making that time happen out there, brother. I can't wait to see how everybody just embraces this year, this location, the 44th version of this show. It just seems like natural organic progression has happened. We have made the next step in really, I think, kind of locking and anchoring this show into years and years and years to come. And if everything goes as we think so this year, I think we're there. I think it's happening.
And like the story I wrote in the program, which y'all can read when you get it, Back to the Future, right? Because 20 years ago, we were in Famoso for 2 years. We weren't. Well, we were there, but we were just vendors and sponsors. And so we are
Ingrid's
returning
bragging.
back to the future. So
Ingrid's bragging. She's been hanging around with Vic all week. I don't know, but Ingrid, you probably want to take a shower after that. There's probably a lot of rouge flying around down there, man.
probably. Well, hey, I want to mention the vendors that are going to be there.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to bullet through them real fast because there's about 25 of them. So humor me, please, people. So we got Valley Chrome, Fletcher's Diesel, Toys for Trucks, West Coast Foam, I'm not sure if Sick Rigs is maybe going to be there. We're not sure. Zephyr, HD Shocks, and they are going to have their monster truck parked next to their booth.
Nice.
Sensi, Stay Loaded will be out there. Five Rivers Truck Parts, Baracho's Apparel, A&L Truck Supply.
Oh, I got to dust off my Baracho hat, man.
Yeah,
my big brim.
or get a new one.
Yeah.
Picket Custom Trucks. They're going to be out there with the RV and the pull trailer. GGE Products, Cost Per Mile Tire. Want to thank them for being a diamond sponsor this year, new sponsor and a diamond sponsor. So awesome to them. Thank you. Diesel Plates and Permits, Northgate Cargo Control, Align Tech, 10 Lug Mafia. Of course, Shriners will be out there with the booth, and they're going to have a whole bunch of Shriners. They're going to have a whole bunch of child ambassador, patient
Didn't
ambassadors.
you say the go-kart guys are coming out? Are they coming out?
I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't want to say for sure, but I hope. They're supposed to.
Okay, fingers crossed on that. Those guys are a riot, man.
Yeah, I know. I hope so. North Coast Wine, of course, 10-4 Magazine, Centromatic Wheel Balancers, and M&J Sales and Service, our buddy John Murray. So those are the vendors that are going to be out there. I really want to give a shout out to Dustin Dickerson and Doug at DCT, and actually Carl at Rockwood for making our trophies. They're a beautiful blue and polished stainless color this year. Some of the 6 of the bigger ones are actually going to be lit up in blue, so that'll be new. And we've got about 20 trophies. Real quick, I want to mention the people that sponsored those. Central Valley Transport, Fletcher's Diesel, Albee Express, Blackjack Express. Thank you, Ingrid. Of course, Dickerson Parts for Rigs and Mike Horan. All of that whole family of companies are sponsoring a trophy. Vic Kaliva, Pacific Northwest Truck Museum sponsors an antique award. Lago Marcino Transport sponsored 2 trophies. Pickett sponsored a trophy. Mayan, or Toys for Trucks, Oregon Trail Chapter ATHS, another antique trophy. Ron Versteeg, 2 trophies. John at M&J Truck Sales, a trophy. Franklin Truck Parts, and Chris Rocha of C. Rocha Enterprises. He is going to be doing a special Best Engine trophy, which was made by Rod Pickett, so it's a little bit different than the other ones, but it matches, but it's a little different. So he's going to be walking around. So if you want to bribe Chris, if you think your engine's up to snuff, that's on you. That's his choice. So I want to thank all those guys for for working on the trophies, and Doug over at Dickerson's just been working. I mean, literally, these things are getting FedEx expedited, sent to the track as of yesterday. So they're going to be hot off the paint might still be wet, but they're going to look really nice, really good. So I want to thank all those people.
I love that you mentioned FedEx too. In my opening, I mentioned how depending on what news outlet you listen to, the world's either coming to an end or we're on the right track, right? So
right.
one of the world ending, reports is how UPS, FedEx, and all these big companies are done. And they're all done because of Amazon. Let me just say this, folks. All my Amazon orders come to my house via UPS. Okay. So let's, just a reality check. Get the right information. By gosh,
our Amazon products come via USPS.
Well, there you go. Yeah, and I have that too. I got USPS, and I have the US United Parcels UPS that comes out. So listen, it's just blah 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 blah. So there's a lot of good stuff going on. By the way, Dennis Mitchell, jackknife on aisle 3, huh? And Dennis also mentioned you might want to have them convert those go-karts into semi-karts. You know what? Who knows, man? I mean, that'd probably be a whole nother group out there maybe that we could start up. But and this just in, Ingrid said she did take a shower. So
TMI, Ingrid, but I'm glad you did.
Yeah, that's all.
Hey, a couple more, 2 miscellaneous. We had lane sponsorships for the drag racing.
Yes,
Patella
we do.
Custom Trucks. Jeff was here earlier. He's sponsoring the left lane like he always does, and 4 State Trucks sponsoring the right lane. So when trucks come lining up, they're either going to get in the Patella Custom Trucks lane or the 4 State Trucks lane. So thank those guys for that. And lastly, I know that you're probably getting bored with me, but I just want to I want to thank all these people. And like I said, I want you guys to know what to expect. So in past years, we've done silent auctions. We've had moderate success with those. We've had some good product. This year, we're doing it a little bit different. We're going to do it more raffle style, which is you're going to buy raffle tickets. They're going to be $5 a piece. And every item is going to have a box. And you're going to put the raffle tickets, however many you want, however many you buy. If you want to buy $100 worth of tickets and put them all in one box, you'll have a better chance of us drawing your number out of that box when we announce the winner of that. You got to be present. You got to stay there. You got to be there for around the awards for that. But I mean, we got some pretty good stuff here too. And we're also going to live auction off 2 things. We're going to live auction, and that'll probably be me. I'm not an auctioneer, so wish me luck.
Yeah, gotta be 35, 45, 44.
So the custom wood truck that Jeff DeLacy makes for Truckin For Kids every year, always an amazing keepsake. We're going to be live auctioning that. And also we've decided, 10-4 Magazine will be donating a suite at the rodeo with 10 entry tickets. So we will be live auctioning off that too. That has a value. I believe those are $2,000 when you buy them. So that'll be kind of fun and cool. And we'll be talking a little bit about the rodeo probably at that point.
Yeah.
Let me give you some other real quick. I'll just bullet off some of the stuff we have. We've got billet oil hubcaps from Lifetime, billet step plates from Lifetime. We've got a set of watermelon mirror lights from Pickett Custom Trucks, along with some PCT swag. We've got a bug shield of their choice from Dane Nelson Bug Shields. We've got a custom peep window of their choice from Dane Nelson as well. Valley Chrome donated a bumper of their choice. Toys for Trucks.
No joke, man. Bumpers ain't cheap.
No, they're not. So Toys for Trucks donated some bullet cab lights. with an MSRP of $500, some dual revolutions, a complete black axle cover kit for 6 axles, which is kind of cool. Black, kind of different.
Yeah.
Hogebuilt donated a set of 30-inch stainless steel quarter fenders and a set of 34-inch stainless steel quarter fenders.
Those are the big dogs.
Yep. West Coast Foam is donating a 9-inch signature Euro truck sleeper mattress. Supposed to be really good stuff. RLK Services is donating a visor of their choice.
That mattress has Euro attached to it. That must mean something sexy, right? I mean, what is that all about?
Like, yeah, it's extra thick. I don't know. Airtime Fab donated a bunch of clear lens Peterbilt interior lights. And then there's let's see what else we got. Barachos is donating some stuff. Sensi's donating some stuff. Vinny Diorio out of Wisconsin donated a couple shirts and a calendar.
Vinny Diorio. That sounds like a 70s disco band.
Diesel Plates and Permits is donating a diesel bucket. It's very similar to our bonus bucket, possibly even more full than ours.
Nice.
The folks at Headinga Trans donated a bunch of swag, and they said, "Is there anything else you need?" And our friend Angelina said, "How about a donation?" And they made a very generous cash donation. It's like,
there you go.
Never hurts to ask.
There you go.
We have a basket that is a Yellowstone, the TV show basket. It's got a cup. It's got, a calendar. It's got some Yellowstone whiskey. It's got some whiskey stones and glasses.
Signed autograph photo of Beth Dutton.
No, not that. I wish it had that, but no. We have a national park basket that Shannon put together, which includes an annual pass for the year for all the national parks and just a whole bunch of. Yes, Tim doesn't know we're on the show. A whole bunch of stuff. For the national park stuff. But here's a cool one we got too. So we have a retro 10-4 basket.
Oh.
So we went digging through everything we could find that wasn't necessarily, some of it was available to the public, but some of it wasn't. So like 15 years ago, we had these cool pocket knives with our name on them. So we got a couple of those in there. We have a coffee mug from our 25th anniversary. We have our very first coffee mug. Yep, one of those. Yep. And I only have 2 left. They're on my desk, and I gave one up. It's been on my desk as a pencil holder. And we have a 10-4 Express magazine cup that it was probably one of the first things we ever made. So that is like 25 years old.
That's vintage swag right there, buddy.
We never sold those. Those were never available. That has actually been in my cupboard for 20 years. So that's in there in the basket. We found some custom rags. So we had some towels, the hand towels that people hang on the custom rags that they hang with their logos and stuff on them. So he embroidered us a couple of those towels as a sample. So we're throwing one of those, 1 or 2, we haven't decided, in there. And get this, a lifetime subscription to 10-4 magazine. So it'll be right. So that'll be kind of a fun little, if you're into 10-4 magazine, you're going to want that basket because you're not going to be able to find that stuff anywhere.
You know what? Lifetime subscription to the magazine, man. That's badass.
The only other time we've ever given those is at the NoCo show, which is sponsored by Lifetime. So that's where we came up with the Lifetime concept. And we thought, you know what, that'll be cool to put in that basket. So we'll do that. So anyway, there's going to be a lot of good stuff. So like I said, come by the raffle booth. It will be either right across from or right next to registration. And, you'll buy your raffle tickets there. You'll figure out what you want. You want to put one ticket in everything, or you want to put half your tickets in this thing and half your tickets in that thing. And then Sunday afternoon, just before the awards, we'll draw all those out. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. But none of the stuff's junk. It's all, it's all pretty cool stuff. So looking forward to that. And we want to thank everybody who donated for that. I mentioned most of the people. So anyway.
I think you got them. And the bottom line is, guys, get your tickets, decide what it is, set aside, whatever, budget you think it is that you can put out there, and buy as many tickets as you can for that, and get those tickets out there and into those baskets, so you have a shot at getting whatever it is that you're after. Everybody does this right. It's a huge, huge win for all of the kids, for the Shriners kids. We got to say hi to Pete Henderson from across the pond. Pete is always in here on the show, and Ingrid Brown, of course, is still hanging around out there. And yeah, we can't wait to see Ingrid and Brandon, of course, chiming in. Oscar, what's going on, man? You ready to go? You got that badass ride of yours fired up and ready to run on Sunday? I bet you do. There's going to be a lot of good stuff going on in the drags on Sunday, and I can't wait to see that. I am excited.
And I have it on good authority that a bunch of the Mexicali guys are going to come. So we're going to have a really good class of super drag trucks this year.
Oh, you've got Mario coming down from Canada, going to be running the Beast, and this will be the first run on that new build, and he has got that truck tricked out.
And they're going to be going a quarter mile, so we're going to see who can really stretch it out.
Yeah, it's going to be something to see, man. And Oscar's saying he does. I don't doubt it. Yeah, there's a lot of good things that are going to be going on this show, and it's going to start out for us on Friday, at least for me. Get there in the morning and start kind of watching you guys come in and capture as you come in some of the trucks and different people and things that are going on. But Saturday, I'm going to be live streaming all day on Saturday, and then Saturday night, as we discussed, that's going to be streamed as well. Thanks to Dickerson Custom Trucks, and Sunday all day as well too. Both of the daytime programming is brought to you by M&J John Murray Truck Service and Sales, and the NorCal Spring Fling, and that's going to be coming up in June up in Red Bluff, and that's to benefit our good buddy Rene LaChance, Frenchie, as everybody knows him by, who suffered from an injury some years ago that put him in a wheelchair, and the man needs some help. So we want everybody to take a little bit of a drive up north and go check that show out, because everything, as Truckin For Kids does, benefits our kids. This is going to benefit Rene and his needs and help get him through the next year. So,
and we will be there with bells on, and
we will 10-4 will be there. Yes, we will. So, all right. I think we got everything pretty much covered. Jacob, what do you think, man? You ready to work or what?
Better bring a hat.
Better bring a hat.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's going to be a little warm, and that's another thing, guys. Weather's going to be absolutely perfect for the event. I've seen nothing but good weather reports. It's not like when we were in Louisville looking at the weather every 5 minutes to see what they were thinking next,
And no humidity for anybody that is out of state. No humidity.
Nope, no humidity. All dry heat.
No humidity.
It's nice here.
It's beautiful right now.
Mild spring conditions down in Bakersfield-ish, California, because it's sort of Bakersfield, but not. But anyway, yeah, we can't wait to see everybody. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line. So, anything else, Dan, you got to share before we let you go?
I guess the only people I didn't thank was I'm looking forward to seeing all our volunteers and all the people that are coming to help. I mean, we have about 35 people in total that come and help us with this, and that's awesome. I mean, they're not paid. They come up, they help, and just looking forward to seeing these people. We don't get to see them very often. Super excited that they're coming up over the hill to help. Not everybody, but most. And just looking forward to seeing everybody having a good time and raising some money for Shriners.
Yes, indeed. Well, maybe raising a little hell. We'll see how that goes on Saturday night. You never know.
Not much.
It's Truckin For Kids. It's Truckin For Kids. You just
behave yourself now.
You get horns, Jake.
We didn't mention also that, for those that don't know, we'll have golf carts for rent. So a local company is bringing out several golf carts, and they're going to make them available for people. You can bring your own. No side-by-sides or UTVs, but you can bring your own golf cart. If you don't have one or don't want to bring yours and you want to just rent one, it's like $150 a day. It ain't cheap, but there's going to be a lot of walking. It's that truck lot is a quarter mile long. So
yeah, it's a big layout. Hey, there was a question. Are we on parked on asphalt or grass or dirt? We're on asphalt down there pretty
We're
much,
on
right?
asphalt. Yes, sir. 100% asphalt.
So there you go. There's your answer, Mike. And I thought that was the right one, but I wanted to get that correct. So yeah, I mean, I think there's been some, definite upgrades here with the new location. Certainly for those of us that don't have to go south of the Grapevine, it's a little bit of a time saver and so on. But couple hours here, there, whatever. You guys make the trip, get on up there to Famoso and make it happen. That's a world known track. It's got a lot of history in it, and we're just excited to be adding ours now to the long storied history of Famoso and the years to come for Truckin for Kids at it. So
yeah, that was one of the original drag strips. It helped solidify the formation of the NHRA. So it's still the home of what, vintage racing or whatever what do they call it?
Yes,
the vintage series or whatever. They do all the old school funny cars and dragsters that the guy's sitting behind the engine dangling off the back, and
yep.
So it's very famous for that. And I also wanted to add that Tony Franco at Muy Caliente is bringing out, I think he said all 5 of his jet dragsters. So
wow.
Usually would bring 1 or 2 out to Famoso or at Irwindale, but because of the way the lanes merged after the finish line, they usually only ran 1 at a time. So, and that's an 1/8 mile. So this is a 1/4 mile, and I believe that he's going to be racing them head to head,
side by side.
Mile. So yeah. I think he'd get up to mid 200, 250, 240, 250 in that 1/8 mile. So I can only imagine what he's going to do in the 1/4. So it's going to be exciting.
Any updates on Hot for Teacher?
I do not have any updates. The last thing I heard was it was unlikely that it was coming.
That's too bad.
But it wasn't out of the question, but I haven't heard anything different. So, right. And I want to thank Ron Versteeg as well, who drives the Hot for Teacher hauler. He's also bringing out some fun little kiddie ride games like, out in front of the grocery store, you used to be able to put a quarter or maybe a nickel back then. I don't know. Yeah. And you can ride like a little airplane, a little, ride, right? So he's bringing out 5 of these like retro games. I think it's a dinosaur and a truck. And I think he has one that looks like Hot for Teacher. I think there's a race car. I think he doctored one to look like Hot for Teacher. So we're going to have all those available. Kids can go on those. Adults can go on those. It'll be a great photo op. So I'm looking forward to that.
That'll be interesting.
That'll be in the kids zone.
That'll be interesting. I think all those rides back in the day, they all had the different, there was the airplane, the horse, the whatever critter or creature or whatever it was, but they all did the same thing. They all had the same movement, this whatever was
and I'm guessing that's pretty much what these will be too.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a lot of fun, something different out there in the kids zone. So
I'll be seeing you tomorrow night, my friend, and awesome. Making my way down from Southern Oregon down to Famoso, down to the racetrack. Guys out there, if you're on the road and you see me, give me a shout out. Let me know. I'd love to have a moment with you, and I'm looking forward to it.
You'll be in the signature Volvo. Everybody,
I will be in the signature Volvo XC70. Studio 10.4 live mobile studio on the road. Might even just pick up and do a little mobile, shout out to everybody while I'm out there. You never know. I mean, that could happen.
That'd be cool. One other thing I wanted to thank, is, we're going to be doing the coloring contest for the kids, like we've done it the past couple TFKs, and we'll be giving away 6 bikes on Saturday and 6 bikes on Sunday. That'll be age appropriate, and boy and girl, there'll be 3 of each day. And so if you got kids, you're bringing your kids, make sure they come over to the kids zone and color their drawing, and have a chance to win that. And our friends at Premier Paving in Fontana donated all 12 of the bikes. So thank them for that as well.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, listen, we're 5 minutes to top of the hour.
Well, I'm glad I could do this 5-minute drop in for you.
Hey, thanks for dropping by, man.
I mean, it's just, I'm just trying to cook dinner for my guests here, but whatever.
Hey, I didn't tie you down, step on your chest. So it just,
I enjoyed it. This is good.
It all just happened. So is Shan still there? Who else is there behind the camera right now?
It's just us. Everybody else went inside.
Not even, we didn't even have any dogs or cats coming into the shot
well,
tonight.
I closed the door. I didn't want them bugging us.
All right, you guys, safe travels tomorrow. I will see you down there tomorrow as well. And can't wait, man. Way to go. Here we go. Trucking for Kids 2025.
Let's
right
do it,
on.
baby.
All right.
Thank you.
You're out. All right, everybody. Listen, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks everybody for joining us. And I know it was a lot of information. All the information that we just discussed as far as the time schedule of events and everything like that, that's available to you either at Truckin For Kids on Facebook or 10-4 Magazine on our Facebook page as well. And then, of course, many of the live streams and Studio 10-4 Live shows that we've had, it's available there too. But I will post it up again. Congratulations to our new May 2025 cover trucker, Ethan Rico. And great job, beautiful truck. And I'm looking forward to seeing that down there as well. A lot of awesome trucks are going to be at this show this weekend that we didn't even get to talk about. Our April cover truck, it's going to be there. Luke Rethwich and his big rig build-off winning truck is on the way there. Many others as well are going to be showing up. There are going to be guys that are going to be there competing to make it, to get their passport to the Star Stripes and White Lines truck show final in November in Atlanta. This is the only West Coast qualifier for that. So that being said, expect a lot of badass rides out there on the pavement for this weekend. And I can just say this much right now. All of our buckets are gone. That was 200. Beyond that, I can't say, don't know, but I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of trucks out there this weekend. So get everybody, get the crew together, get the family together. And we look forward to seeing you at Famoso this weekend. Can't wait. All right, everybody, keep the shiny side up. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to all the folks that make it happen for us and you. And we are out. We'll see you in Famoso.